In this video, we'll discuss stateless and stateful firewall filters within Juniper devices. The Juniper device supports different types of filtering capabilities when it comes to the firewall. It supports stateless firewall filters and also stateful firewall filters. Now, what's interesting about the Juniper device is that it actually performs or uses both of these filter types when filtering traffic. The first filter type that the Juniper device uses is stateless firewall filters. Now, stateless firewall filters are designed to improve the security of the device by implementing packet filtering capabilities. Now, packet filtering capabilities is the idea that the device can inspect the packet, both incoming packets and outgoing packets, and inspect the header information of the packet. These firewall filters, or packet filters, are designed to protect the routing engine, its processes, and its resources. There are different types of stateless firewall filters. There's what we call the standard firewall filter, and the standard firewall filter is used to identify specific traffic and to perform specific actions against that traffic. So there's standard rules that we program on the device that say, if the traffic coming in is traffic type A, then let's go and forward that packet over to this location, or let's go and discard that packet. We also have what they call service filters, and service filters are firewall filters that you can create that define packet filters for IP4 headers and IP6 headers. Now, it's important to note that service filters can filter based off both IP version 4 and IP version 6 because a simple filter, so a stateless simple filter, only supports IP version 4 traffic. So when you create a simple filter, you can only apply that against IP version 4. There's a number of stateless firewall filter configuration options, and these options are designed, again, to restrict the traffic that's going to enter into the device. These restrictions include filtering traffic based off the protocols that are being used by the packet, the source of the packet, or maybe even the application service of the packet itself. There's a number of things that we need to consider when creating these filters, and one of them is you want to make sure that you limit the traffic rate of the packets themselves, and this will help prevent flooding or a flood of packets or a denial of service attack. So a lot of times a malicious person will try to perform a denial of service attack against your device by flooding your device with so much traffic that it kind of bogs your system down. So very important, these stateless configuration options can help us limit the traffic rate of those packets. So it can control the rate at which those are being received and being processed. You also got to think about special requirements for fragmented packets. A lot of times the data is being chopped up into smaller packets or smaller pieces of information, and you need to make sure that you accommodate for fragments that do not have the packer header with them. So, how does your device handle that? So when it goes to analyze a piece of traffic and there's no header information, which is typically what our packet filtering firewall feature is going to do, is it's going to analyze that layer 3, layer 4 header information. So you need to make sure that you come up with special accommodations for fragmented packets. Now, those are all examples of things we can do with stateless firewall filters, but we also have stateful firewall filters. And what's meant by stateful is that the device understands the context of the conversation, and we can filter traffic based off the kind of like the order of the information. So for instance, if you and I were going to have a dialogue, I would expect us have some sort of introductory phase to that dialogue. So we both say hello, I say hello, you say hello, and then we exchange data. Well, TCP as a protocol kind of does the same thing. It does a 3-way handshake before any data is exchanged. So a stateful packet filtering device is aware of that concept, is that there's phases to conversations. We just can't have somebody send us a random piece of data without actually establishing a connection first. So with these stateful firewall filters, the actual device will maintain what we call state information, so connection information from the person that's trying to communicate with the device, and it maintains that information and verifies it as the packet comes in. So that's a very important step above a stateless firewall filter, is having the stateful firewall filter on top of that will allow us to verify connection state information. So this state information comes from past communication with the source, or maybe application information that's being submitted up to the device itself. So very important to understand that your Juniper device performs both types of filters. It'll do stateless and also stateful firewall filters. So in this video, we discuss stateless and stateful firewall filters with Juniper devices.